Take two. Sorry, I had to move the cat because he was sat everywhere. So what I did in the first video that I didn't say goodbye on, so I'm sorry, but hi again, I'm back. I've put my fabric, I've tidied up the edges of my fabric because I don't want it to fray. I've put it in a loop, in a hoop, just so that it holds it steady. I've put my threads on a card just so that it's easier for me to read or to find them and work out which ones they are, and they don't get tangled then. And then this is my pattern. I've worked out the center, and I actually don't think that that's printed in the right place because I think the center is roughly there. So I'm going to start with these ones here. Okay, because this is such a small piece, okay, and I'm going to just take out my needle. Because this is a small piece, okay, and it's not a lot, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's roughly 12, and then if I did it the other side as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I need to come down. So maybe that is not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, roughly 30. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we've got. So that's our center. So that's 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So this is our biggest one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we should be okay. All right, so if we look at it from here. So this I'm saying is my center. So this is what I'm going to start off with. You can see, hopefully you can see that my pattern here, I've got a solid little rectangle line with where the colour is coloured in. Okay, and we know from our chart that that is this green one here because we've put it together. Okay, so we want a thread from here. Okay, so I'll take that off, and it says we want 2 strands. Now there is several ways of starting off. I don't like knotting it. I will thread through if I feel like it. But I always, because this is long pieces of thread, okay, and you can get very tangled in them, okay, so I have always done how I would start threading on a button, and I do a loop, okay. So what I mean by that is I basically get my one bit of thread here, okay, and I put it together so that I've got a reasonable size strand, okay, and then I will put it on my needle, okay. I don't need a threader, I don't think. And then I'm going to count where I'm starting from. So we know this is my center here, okay, and we're saying this is our center, okay. So I've got, if I look at this here, if I count down from my center, I have got, so that's my center, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, so that's what I think. So I've got there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where I want to start, I think, because then I've got another 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So this is where I want to start, and I'm going to do a loop, okay. So I put my needle through where I want to start. I know that I am going to go up to 8 because I'm going to follow this all the way around, okay. So what I'm going to do is I've put my needle through, okay, and I am going to then go to the opposite a hole in my fabric and I am going to pop this through here, okay? And the reason why is that keeps that lovely and straight. Now, I've heard people say that what I'm going to show you next is the wrong way. You should do a cross at a time. I honestly don't think it matters as long as you're following the pattern. And for me, you can see we are following this all the way round. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to follow this all the way round. So I am essentially going to be working these squares first because it's all the same colour. And what I'm going to do is I am going to do literally half a stitch up and follow it all the way around and then come back the other way. And the reason I'm doing that is because it keeps it neat at the back. And for me, the challenge is making sure that the back looks as good as the front. Okay, so I'm going to do one. You can see my crosses. I tend to work from left to right, and I want to do here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 before I get to a corner. So that is 1, 2, this is the challenging bit. You can turn it over or you can just do like I am and finding it. You do get used to where it is after a while. That's your third one. Okay. That's your fourth one. That's your fifth one. This is your sixth. I think we said 11, didn't we? 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. I think that was right. So let's just have a recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so now we're on this corner. Now, on here, you might be able to see you've just got a stitch that goes across, but I'm actually going to fill in that corner bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my square. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. Okay, and then I'm going to split my square and go down in the center, because when I come back and I do my other cross, I will be crossing that and doing that just a half stitch so it looks a bit better. Okay, and you can see, look, that's really nice neat stitches. It's just really lovely. You've got nothing there, it's not a knot, it's just really nice. So now we've got the 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to do, again, you're following the same direction, so that is 1, 2. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, and then you're coming down the other side, so I'm going to do a half and then I'm going to do another 11. So again, because this is coming in the other direction, I'm actually going to do a half here, because I'll follow the same as what I've done on the others, because my half stitch will be the other way around when I do that. Okay, so there's that one. So that's my 3 across. And what you can do is you can just colour in your pattern. Doesn't matter, okay, because you just know what squares you've done then. Okay, so that's the ones that I've done. Okay, I normally use a pencil in case I go wrong. And I can rub it out. And now I'm just going to do another 11 down the side. So that is 1, and I'm just going to do it this way because it's the same. I'm keeping my stitch the same. It's your cross that is important. Okay, and I'm going to be, this pattern is quite easy because it's going to be equal the other end. Okay, so I'm just going to take this down. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to take this down. I would offer to sing while I'm doing this, but I've not got that great a voice. I wouldn't actually do the outline until the very end, personally, but it's entirely up to you. I think, you know, it's for me, doing the outline is just something that it can wait. It's not critical. So we're coming down. I'm not even sure it has outlines actually. We will see. Okay, and now I'm going to do my other stitch the other way. So my crosses are all going to run the same, even though I've sort of like changed like how I've put the needle in. Sometimes I've gone from the upper square to the bottom one, but essentially I've always gone, I've kept my stitches the same and I've gone the same way. Okay. Some people have like frames that they can flip over. Some people will flip the work over as they do it. I use the let's see where the needle comes out method. And normally you can feel it by, you know, that the needles aren't sharp. You can feel where you're putting it roughly, if you've got a finger behind it. So you can move your thing around, it's entirely up to you. I like to keep it in one place if I'm honest. This is probably the very first craft that I ever really did after knitting. I wanted to do something that just was a little bit of a challenge, and I can't remember, I think we had like a book club or something come to a place that I used to work in, and it had a sample there and I picked it up and never looked back really. Right, so this one here, this is the one where basically we just want to do the half because it's the corner of the book. Okay, so just what you want to do is you just, where you've done your half, because you're doing the corner, you are literally just going through the half of the fabric. Okay, there you go. All right, so it's just a half, so it's like giving you a corner. Okay, and then I'm going to come up here to this one, and I want to show you this here. Okay, And then again, this is my other corner. So I am literally just coming up here and I am coming down into the corner. So you can see that gives you that nice little edge, which is what they've got on the picture here. They've got like a little edge on the picture, okay? And then we're just going to come down and do the other side. Couldn't find the hole then. And just doing this here. As you can see, it's really a nice length of thread that you're using as well. It's not getting caught up or anything. It's just really relaxing doing it. You're pulling it through. I know there's different things, different tools that you can use to try and lift your stitches and stuff like that, but this is a kit for a beginner. This is a kit for a child maybe that you want to teach them or show them how to do it. So you don't need anything fancy. The kit has got everything you need apart from the hoop. But to be honest with you, you could do this without the hoop. But if you're willing to spend an extra few pounds somewhere, then see if you can go to either like a charity shop or just a high street shop, and you should be able to get a hoop quite cheaply. Okay. And that's the first outline of our book. So I'm going to turn that over and you can see that is very neat. It's not, I'm pleased with that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it through my stitches here. Okay, and I'm going to finish that off like that. Okay, we've still got plenty of thread left on this one. So what I'm going to do, don't follow my example and use big scissors like that. That's far too big scissors to use. However, I don't know where my dress ones are. Now I am going to just put this back. We've probably got enough for we don't need it, but just in case it's there, it's still a nice length, okay? And it's just there on our thing if we need it, okay? So that's the back and that's the front. I'm happy with that. So let's just see if we can do this middle section here, and that is the cross that is basically just that clear one there. So again, we're going to do the same. We are going to take the thread off of here, okay, pull it all the way through. Then we are going to just take out one strand. So we're going to split this. I can show you different ways of starting, if you like. I can show you the ways that we do, that I taught my daughter to do. I was quite amazed to watch quite a few different crafty channels, and I was quite amazed to hear that people weren't aware of this. Do you know the only reason I did it, if I'm honest with you? I did it because I don't like tying knots at the end, and it was just like, well, I'm using double thread, so I might as well just use that as it is and just do it that way. Anyway, it works for me. I like it. Like I say, my challenge is to make sure that my back is as good as my front. Okay. Right, so now I'm going to do this middle bit, okay? It doesn't really matter where you start because you're filling in the whole of this middle bit. So it's good practice to count your squares though. So what we'll do is we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, sorry, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we're going up to 11. Okay, so I'm going to start this side here. I'm going to come through and pick up and put my loop through my needle, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up, because it's a run, okay, that's 2. I'm just going to go up and do it all one way, then come back down and then go up the other side. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I could go back down this side if I wanted to, or I can carry on because I've got to do exactly the same down the other side. The only difference is I will do is just as long as you're making sure that your crosses are exactly the same, they're all going the same way, that is what you are doing, okay? So you can see sometimes I'm starting in the bottom corner, but my thread is always the same. Okay, and now I'm starting from the top and I'm working down. Don't let anyone tell you it's wrong. You know, if you get the picture is what you need at the end, that is what is the important bit. It doesn't matter how you get to it sometimes, it's just what the finished results are. But I did watch a channel this week, I can't remember where it was, where somebody said that doing this was wrong, and I kind of think, well, is it? It's getting the same result just because you get there a different way. But this is here. This is quite nice because I don't have to think about counting, because it's actually in the inside that we're doing all the same colour. So that's quite good. Okay. And you can see my back is lovely and neat. That's how I like it. And now I'm going to just come the other way, and I'm just going to do this. Gosh, I haven't cross stitched for so long. It's actually quite nice. It's very enjoyable. Just be if you know, when you're picking up patterns, they come in beginners, intermediate, some are harder than others. I would always recommend that if you're starting out on a project, that you get something that you basically like the picture of, because if you don't like the picture, it will be hard to finish, okay? I've got one that I've started, to be fair, ages ago, because it's to go somewhere in the place where we live in the village, and I've not finished it yet because I'm just not overly keen on the subject matter. There's nothing wrong with it, it's a really good kit, it's a really good cross stitch, but it just doesn't, the subject just I find quite dull. Might be a bit harsh, but you know. Right, so this is my last one coming up this side here. Okay, and you can see again, that's really nice and neat. And then I'm going to do this side back down here. Do exactly the same. better actually, isn't it? I think the reason why I like just poking it through is I just keep an eye on where I am, and my finger at the back is kind of like in the same area. So when it goes through, look, I can feel where it is, and I'm moving my finger at the back just so that I can go through exactly. My thread along my needle a bit. Just got 2 more to do. That's 1 and 2. There you go. It's quite neat. I'm happy with that. It's all going the same way, which is good. And then I'm just going to go up, and you can see it's neat here, look. So I'm just going to go up here, and I'm just going to finish this off. Just slide this through. I might do it this side actually. Let's have a look. So again, I'm just going to put this up here, just so it makes it neat. I'll do that. And I'm going to cut that off with my far too big scissors. And then I'm going to put this back in my X, because you don't know, you might have a time when you've just got a very small patch that you need to do and you don't need something big. Okay, and it's just keeps that a little bit for you. So you can see I've kept that. So right, I will leave that for now, and then we can start the next bit and maybe do all of this bit that's got deviations of different things and that, so we can maybe do that tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I will speak with you all soon. Take care. Bye.